Hello everyone, my name is Debashish Roy. I'm the Senior Network Analyst at the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions, and I welcome you all to this special webinar. And today's topic is configuring and managing Cisco ASA VPNs, secure site-to-site connectivity. It means that we'll discuss about the VPNs. It can be between the routers, it can be between the Cisco ASA, that is a firewall technology, as you know. But we'll discuss about the VPN. What is about the VPN? What does VPN do? And how to configure those things. So let's begin. So discuss how to configure the Cisco AS VPNs and secure the site-to-site connectivity management and configuration of the VPN. So we'll focus primarily on the configuration and managing the Cisco AS VPNs in general to ensure secure site-to-site connectivity. Also, we'll discuss about the fundamentals of VPN. What is the VPN? Means the virtual private network, and specifically to the Cisco ASA functionalities. And what is the importance of the ASA VPN in Cisco networking? So, what is a VPN or the virtual private network? The definition is that a virtual private network is a technology that actually creates a secure and encrypted connection over a less secure network such as internet. So if you are, say, transferring a data over the internet, that is an insecure network because it is not using any encryption protocol other than the IP. So if you are going to encrypt the data, then you should have some encryption protocols. Like the VPN uses the IPsec protocol or the GRE, generic routing encapsulation protocol. Previously, it used to have the PPTP or LTP encapsulation, these protocols. So VPN actually creates two or more locations together. And if you implement encryption protocol, then it becomes a secure network. And VPNs allow remote users to securely access resources on a private network as if they were directly connected. So it is like the virtual private network, means that it is not private because it is given by the ISP itself, but it acts like the private network as if it is a private network. As you know, the VPN tunnel concept is there. So VPN tunnel is a very secure format as if it is a private tunnel. Now, what are the types of VPN? So there are several types of VPN, including the site-to-site VPN and remote access VPN. There are others like MPLS VPNs as well, like site-to-site VPN, which connect entire networks to each site. So two or more sites are connected to each other. That is a site-to-site VPN. And remote access allows individual users to connect remotely. Say you are having a VPN client on the mobile also, then you can connect to the VPN server using the remote access VPN. Also, the MPLS VPN is used by service providers for connecting multiple sites over the MPLS multi-protocol level switching network. Now, what are the benefits of the VPN? VPNs provide enhanced security definitely through encryption, remote access capabilities for employees, cost-effective connections, now without requiring dedicated lease lines because lease lines are costly. And VPNs, in that sense, it is a cost-effective measure. So you are actually using it at a reduced cost and also getting a more secure environment and the ability to bypass geographical restrictions. So it is actually not limited to any geographical location. Now, in the case of Cisco ASA VPN, what are the basics? Cisco Adaptive Security Appliance is a network security device that combines actually firewall, VPN, and IPS intrusion prevention functionalities in one platform. So what are the key features? Cisco ASA features include stateful firewall capabilities, means it actually maintains a log or a history that you are blocking some ports or networks. So it is remembering those. Advanced VPN support for both site-to-site and remote access VPN and comprehensive logging reporting as well as built-in high availability. So all these features are there in the ASA. What are the deployment scenarios? Typical deployment scenarios for Cisco ASA include connecting branch offices securely to a main office, like there is a hub and spoke environment. So you are having the hub as the main office and the spokes are the branch office. So you can have that in fashion, allowing remote workers to access corporate resources via secure remote access VPN and integrating, say, various Cisco services and Cisco devices, routers, switches, firewall, controllers for optimized security management. Now, what are the configuration steps for this? The initial setup of a Cisco ASA or VPN involves accessing the ASA device. We have to just plug into the ASA device. You have to access the ASA device, configure the management interface, and you have to enable the necessary services. And you must ensure correct IP address, configure VPN settings correctly, then implement security policies. So you have to provide the IP address correctly so that it belongs to the same subnet, and then you have to configure the VPN settings and implement the security policies. And you have to ensure a secure base for further configurations. Now, in case of particular VPN configuration, to configure VPN on Cisco ASA, you have to choose the appropriate VPN type. First of all, what is the VPN type? Site to site or remote access? You have to choose that. Then for site to site, configure the peer IP address, set up the IKE policy, that is in case of the IPsec VPN, not in the case of GRE, but IPsec is more detailed and more complex. So IKE, Internet Key Exchange, you have to just specify the pre-shared keys and policies and define the transform set. For remote access, configure the VPN client, define the AAA server setting. There is a authorization, authentication, accounting, and ensure proper ACLs are in place. So all these things you have to configure in the VPN server. Now you have to test the connectivity as well. After configuring the VPN, it's crucial to test the connectivity to actually ensure everything is operational. So you have to test it before deploying it in production environment. So you have to conduct ping tests, means you have to ping from one location to the other to verify end-to-end connectivity and reachability. Utilize tools such as traceroute to actually diagnose the routing issues. So any routing loop type of situations, if it is there, so you have to detect that and regular monitor the VPN endpoints to confirm the stability of the network. Then what are the management best practices for this? So you have to monitor the VPN status to ensure reliable service, implement continuous monitoring the VPN connection, utilize network management tools to track performance metrics, also set up SNMP monitoring for real-time updates. In the case of the ASA, also building logging to analyze traffic patterns and anomaly detection. You have to troubleshoot common issues, then deploy a structured approach to troubleshooting VPN issues, then starting with common problems such as misconfigured tunnels or incorrect IK settings. So if you're, say, for example, given the wrong IP address on both the tunnel ends, or you have specified the tunnel ends incorrectly, the incorrect interface name, that also is a misconfiguration. You have to check for that, analyze logs for errors, check connectivity on both ends, and verify that all necessary ports are open through firewalls. So use debug commands on the ASA to gain visibility into the connection process. And also you have to regular update and patching, that is very essential for maintaining the security functionality. And you have to keep the Cisco ASA firmware, the BIOS, that is up to date to protect against vulnerabilities and outside attack. And you have to also schedule maintenance windows to apply updates, and you have to notify users of potential downtime. So all these things you have to do in the ASA. Then you have to implement the encryption standards also, like utilize protocols such as IPsec or SSL for encryption, and choose robust algorithms like the AES and for the securing VPN traffic, and regularly review and update encryption protocols. So I was telling you that if you're implementing security protocols, encryption protocols, then the VPN is secure. But in general, VPN is not secure. You have to implement the security into it. Also, authentication mechanism, you have to go for the multi-factor authentication MFA to enhance security and configure user role definitions and access rights also. And also policies and governance should be there. Establish clear policies governing VPN use and access control, and define who can access the VPN. So there should be a policy restricting users to access the VPN server. Regularly audit access control and policy adherence to prevent unauthorized access. So these about the VPN, the theory part regarding the VPN general, and particularly in case of the Cisco ASA. Now, Cisco ASA VPN is definitely not for free. It is not in any simulator that you can use it for free. You have to purchase it. But I can show you a simple VPN that is using GRE tunnel VPN in the Cisco packet tracer. So here you have to take the, not the PT router or any other router, but the 1841, because on other routers, VPN, the GR interface is not available. So let's say I'm connecting it with fast Ethernet port for now. You can connect it with serial also. First, you configure interface. Say it's 1001. And in the interface, the tunnel 0, the GRD tunnel interface, you specify IP address, say 10.0.0.1, the private IP, and the tunnel mode GRE space IP means it's using the IP protocol. The GRE is using the IP protocol. And then you have to specify tunnel source and destination. But before doing that, you have to configure the router one as well. So let's go to router one. Here in the first side, you give the IP, let's say 1002. And in the VPN tunnel interface tunnel 0, you are specifying IP address as say private IP 10.0.0.2. So this VPN tunnel is only going to encrypt your data. It is not going to send the data. It is not going to transfer the data. The transportation protocol is IP, always remember. So that is why say tunnel mode GRE space IP, that is IP is the transfer protocol. And the tunnel source of the VPN, just give question mark, you will see the interface name. Now, whether it will take the tunnel interface or the Ethernet interface, that is a question. But it will never take the tunnel interface because the data is passed through the Ethernet. So the fast Ethernet 0 by 0. And the tunnel destination, it is taking the IP address. So this tunnel destination will also be the fast Ethernet ports IP, that is the 1001, that is the IP of the remote router. And as you can see, the tunnel has come up. And in the router 0 also, the tunnel source is same, that is a fast Ethernet 0 by 0, and the tunnel destination should be the 1002, that is the Ethernet port's IP address. And as you can see, the tunnel has come up, and if you give show IP interface brief, you'll see that the tunnel 0 is assigned the IP address, and also show interface tunnel 0, you'll see that the tunnel is up and line protocol up and connected, so everything is in place. And you can see the encapsulation tunnel, everything is working perfectly. So this is how you configure the GRE tunnel, and definitely the IPsec VPN or IPsec MPLS layer 3 VPN is a very complex thing, and that you have only in the CCNP and CCIE enterprises. And also the ASS firewall VPN, that is also not for free. You have to purchase equipment and then you have to do it. But this is the simplest form of site-to-site VPN that I have shown you in the Cisco packet tracer. And in case of remote access VPN, you have to download the VPN client software, say Cisco AnyConnect VPN or any other VPN on your mobile, and then you can connect to the VPN server. So VPN is a very secure form of network that is used nowadays as a WAN protocol, as a WAN technology, because other protocols like the ATM, like the SONET, the lease line, these are the very expensive, and these technologies are outdated like the SONET technologies now. So VPN is a real option for connecting between the hub and spokes, means the main central office and the branch offices through the WAN infrastructure nowadays. And this is also covered in great detail in your CCNA 200301 exam, as well as in CCNP, NRC, NCORE, as well as in CCI exams. So the VPN is a very important part for your infrastructure as a whole in case of maintaining the security posture in your network. And as you know that every data is going towards the cloud, that is also it is very important to maintain the connectivity securely with the cloud data centers from the branch location. And VPN is playing an integrated role for that. So VPN is definitely a matter of choice for you, and you have to study this VPN very well for your exams and also for your job as a network engineer. So that is about the VPN in general. We have understood many concepts of VPN from this webinar. And also I have discussed in particular about the Cisco ASA VPN, and also I've shown you practically about the GRE tunnel VPN also. So I think that you have got a good understanding of the VPN technology from this webinar today, and you will also be able to implement it in your enterprise network, and also it will be helpful for your studies for your Cisco studies and also for your job as a network engineer. That will be very helpful. So that is all I have for you today for the Cisco ASA VPN, site-to-site connectivity, and the VPN in general. Again, thank you all for joining and watching this webinar once again. I will come with some new topic next time. Till then, keep studying and bye.